In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to change timeline settings in DaVinci Resolve. If you need to adjust the settings for a timeline you're already working on, this is a very quick process once you know where to look. Timeline settings control important things like resolution, frame rate, and other project-specific options, so it's useful to know how to access them whenever you need to make changes. To begin, go to your media pool. This is the area where your project assets and timelines are stored. If you already have a timeline created, you should be able to see it listed there, along with your other media. Take a moment to locate the correct timeline before moving on, especially if your project contains more than one. Once you've found the timeline in the media pool, click on it so you know you're selecting the right one. After that, right-click directly on the timeline. This will open a menu with several timeline-related options. If you don't see the menu you expect, just make sure you're clicking on the timeline itself and not an empty area in the media pool. From the menu that appears, move to the timeline option and then select Timeline Settings. This will open the settings window for that specific timeline. From there, you can review or adjust the available settings based on what your project needs. This is especially helpful if you're matching your timeline to footage you've imported or preparing the project for a specific export format. One useful tip is to make sure you're editing the correct timeline settings rather than general project settings, because those are not always the same thing. If something in your edit doesn't look right, such as the playback size or timing, checking the timeline settings is often a good place to start. And that's it. The process is simple. Go to the media pool, find your timeline, right-click it, go to the timeline option, and open Timeline Settings. Once you've done it a couple of times, it becomes second nature. Thanks for watching, and I hope this helped you quickly find and change your timeline settings in DaVinci Resolve.